Okay, we welcome Tommy Gunmangan, one of our great corporate sponsors here this evening, and Bert Williams. Great to see one of Australia's boxing legends last night at the official weigh-in at the Fighters Factory. Ladies and gentlemen, it's championship time. Put up or shut up. Our ringside judges, James Boland, David Tiger Wignall, and our third judge at ringside, Ms. Zanika Williams. Your ringside physician, Dr. John Jury. When the bell tolls for the first of 8 rounds of boxing. Your man in charge, Theo Doru. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's get it on. 8 rounds of boxing for the vacant Victorian Cruiserweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome, occupying the red corner on my left, trained by Victoria's leading trainer for the past 15 years, Keith Ellis Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, from Grovedale, from Jim's Gym via Body Punch City, the Fighters Factory, bring you in center ring, ladies and gentlemen, 10 professional fights, scaling 80.25 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, the bad boy, Jim Tsitas. Wearing purple trunks with white trim. And across the ring, occupying the blue. He's a businessman in St Kilda, lives in Ascot Vale, trained by Mario Magris at Gladstone Park. In this ring, last time out, tremendous win over Craig McFadden, scaling 84.70 kilograms, wearing total black trunks, professional fights, 2 big wins. Would you welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Domenic Deraco. 8 rounds of boxing. Thea Doru.
And the boys getting instructions from Con Theodoro, who will referee this fight.
Con
is one of our new referees, and Domenic Deraco looking at a picture of health and fitness bouncing around in the blue corner. And Jimmy Tsitas, iridescent purple trunks with white pipings, and picture illustrated arms and legs now with the dyed hair. Gus, a picture of sartorial elegance in boxing, and swings the right hand.
He's a big puncher. He's a little bit unorthodox, really, but I like him. I saw him when he first started to box, and I made friends with him. He's a hell of a nice guy.
Oh,
really
lovely bloke,
nice
Jim. Got a gymnasium down in Grovedale.
Yeah, he's a gym instructor down there, but he's had 6 losses and only 3 wins. He's a trier. He's one of those guys that puts shows together and helps them.
That's right.
Magnificent, Jimmy. And he's built his own house too, I believe, down in Grovedale. He's a man of many talents. And
going all right.
Jim throws that. Oh, that's clubbing right hand. He tried into Deraco then, but Domenic was quick. They're flying away at the ringside here, back in front of the commentary area. Jimmy's trying to box his way out, slapping away at the rib cage of Deraco, who comes in underneath. I think he tried an uppercut.
Pretty hard shots in close there from Jimmy Tsitas.
Oh boy, and Jimmy's slapping away there. He's not fazed by Deraco's aggression at this point.
Well,
he's letting them know the boys.
But, Deraco there is going to try to exert a bit of authority here by making Jim stay on the ropes. It's not a good spot for Tsitas.
Well, he can punch himself out of the side.
He's
throwing big punches.
with the better shots at the moment.
Yeah, he's punching hard. He's punching with the knuckle part of the glove, too.
Yeah, and Jimmy just covers up then, throws a couple of punches on. Nice punch to the midsection of Deraco.
Good body shots.
And Domenic here refuses to move, though, Gus. Amazing display here, gentlemen.
That's the way he fights, Domenic. We saw that in his last fight, and he just keeps coming. He's such a... I think he's stronger than what he looks, Domenic. He's like that. He'll just keep coming.
Oh, yes. I tell you what, there's been no movement in this fight so far. They've just stayed on the ropes.
A couple of great shots there.
Yeah. It's very hard because they're landing 1 for 1 here, virtually. And when he does swing, he's got his gloves up.
Very even.
Oh, Jimmy's now flying away there, now
right,
showing
right.
extreme courage, Jim Tsitas.
How long can they do this for?
Well,
couldn't go for 8 rounds like this, gentlemen.
Oh, good up. Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
Jimmy come out of that pretty well.
Oh, gee, Jimmy, yeah, still flying away. And Deraco cops Deraco on the jaw then, Gus, Jimmy.
He's got the better of this one in close,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
think so. Yeah, I think so.
I think this is fighting into Jimmy's hands. He loves it in close and tough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you what, Dominic's getting the worst of it, though.
Yeah.
He is, Dominic, but he won't back off or rest. No fighter wants to back off.
He just keeps coming, Dominic.
Yeah.
You tend to think that Dominic might be better if he could jab at Tsitas, get back, and because Tsitas isn't good on the jab, with the fighter coming straight at him.
I think I'd get him out in the middle of the ring, actually.
Yeah, good opinion there, Gus. That's exactly what I'd be doing then. And Tsitas again throws a left hand to the earlobe of Deraco and another one to the side of the face.
They better be fit because they're not going to last 8 threes like this, I'll tell you right now.
And this is a test of strength, this, psychologically and mentally.
Big shot.
And physically. Underneath was a big punch from Tsitas. And Tsitas now, he's in the red corner. His own corner.
A bit tired.
Oh, Deraco now starting to fly.
How do you score that round, guys?
I had to give it to Jimmy, really. I had to give it to Jimmy.
Yeah, I agree.
He copped somebody, kept coming back and kept dropping him in there. And he was, a lot of close punches in here were landing. And they weren't landing on the inside, they were landing with the knuckle part of the glove.
Nice body shot.
Hard punches too,
over
weren't they?
top, yeah.
That's right, he's doing all right.
Yeah.
And I was saying earlier, I like the guy. He's a hell of a nice guy. He's a guy that helps on a card. If you're short a fight, he'll come up and fight somebody.
That's right,
He will know he's fantastic like that, Gus. Some of his fights, he's been a bit unfortunate where he hasn't been ready for some of his bouts, but he's taken them from loyalty to the sport, loyalty to the promoter. And a man who does that.
But definitely, like, and Dominic, we've seen him fight here before, and the way he fights is just like that. He puts his head on your shoulder and he just keeps working, and he's quite fit and quite strong. So it's not going to change the way of this fight unless Jimmy starts boxing.
Deraco's got a mouse forming underneath the right eye already, and you'd expect that because he copped a lot of punishment around that area. And now the boys back into ring centre. I think that you couldn't see that happen again, at least for some part of this fight. You wouldn't think so, but it's just you wouldn't know what could happen. But Tsitas now with the right hand throws over the top. Deraco moving towards him.
Jimmy just looks a little bit more experienced and a little bit looser puncher. Deraco's a very stiff puncher, isn't he?
Nice punch to the right hand from Deraco. Caught Jimmy around about the top of the chest region.
He's just strong. Look at him. He just puts his head on your shoulder and away he'll go.
He does and flies away, and he can take a power punishment. Beautiful punch from Deraco. The left hand was smack bang on the nostrils, but Jimmy's fought back well. Oh, boy, these boys are going at it hard. And Jimmy now bounces back to ring centre. Got a lot of support here tonight, Tsitas.
I tell you what, that's a sign of getting a bit tired, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Deraco now was just starting to cover up a bit more than he did in the first round. You'd expect him to.
Big shots, the boys.
And now Tsitas starting to work in with that left hand. Deraco underneath and with the left punch of the draw. It's all been so fast.
Jimmy wants to move out of there right now. And Dominic should take him out of there for the moment, too. Get out of there.
You think that this...
I think that's just the way Dominic fights.
Tactical ploy. Dominic just wants to exert constant authority, and Jimmy won't let him.
Well, I don't think he's going to have a long career. So they keep going like that.
Great left rip to the body, left hook.
Beautiful punches from Tsitas here. Class punching.
Again, left hook, left
from
rip,
Jimmy
left
Tsitas. And a key little calling to Tsitas to throw in the body rip.
Yeah. I think that's the secret.
It is. It's wide open there. That stomach region of Deraco is wide open. Referee Con Theodoro broke them up. The crowd booed because they were getting very interested again in the psychological battle.
There was I wonder why he did break him. He didn't break him. Both boys are boxing. Both boys are punching. Both hands are free. Yep. There was nobody holding. Nobody was stopping punching, and you have no right to break him in that situation.
Probably no need to do it.
He's just keeping them working away.
And Theodoro now, his punches aren't very heavy at the moment. In fact, Jimmy's the one who throws the heavy artillery. He's working Deraco down now. Misses with the right hand.
He's got his let him go now.
Deraco in a bit of trouble here. And Jimmy working away at Deraco, hitting him at will here in the jaw and the facial region.
Jimmy's
going to learn to hang on.
And Jimmy does have the bigger punches. Tipped that in the first round.
Yeah, he can punch. He's a very loose puncher. Nice.
Lets him go.
Well, does he ever? And he saves them up. And lets
Both
him
shots. He
go.
got hit then. He got hit then. Oh, and again.
4-3 back from Deraco, but he got a beautiful punch in there. And
Deraco
Jimmy
come back then.
he's still pretty steady.
What a round.
Gets it there into the lungs. And
I still think that was Jimmy's round.
Yeah,
I
me
agree
too.
with
I
you
have to
then.
go with
No
you
doubt
on
about
that.
that. In fact, I thought Deraco there for a moment looked like he had an attack of the staggers for a moment.
Yeah,
But,
definitely. He got hit with
I
some
thought
big
he did
shots.
over here.
Got hit with some big shots from Jimmy. Jimmy's letting him really go to the body. And but as we've seen in the past with Deraco, that's the way he fights. He'll just keep his head on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And I think it comes down to stamina in this fight.
Well, this is exactly what it's come
Stamina
down
test. There's no
to.
doubt about that.
Nice time to have a good left jab going for you, isn't it?
Oh, gee.
Trouble is, I can't see any of these guys throwing good left jabs. They have to get in there tight.
Yeah.
But those punches to the body, they got to start taking the toll somewhere along the line.
You think
And I don't know how
so?
fit these guys are either, to tell you the truth.
Jimmy, well, I think he's that gymnasium down there. He'd be able to be training just about all day long with his customers, I'd say.
Well, I
Not
wonder
the
how
same
much,
as boxing training, is it?
I wonder how much his rich customers push him.
Some of it's aerobics, Gus. I
Yeah.
think with he's got a team of ladies training down there, 50 at a time.
Good right hand there from Domenic there.
Oh, Domenic Deraco there. Oh, he's come out blazing, Deraco. Jimmy's coming up well low, trying to get in underneath the elbows into the rib cage, and now Jimmy comes back there. He's hanging on there.
There's no sense just frailing away. You got to pick your shots.
right.
Yeah.
Pick your shots.
They want to hit him on the gloves.
Yeah, Domenic gives you the impression he's not thinking about his punches before he's throwing them half the time. Oh, now there's a bit of a Mexican standoff here between these two. They've got the heads together. And, gee whiz, they cut down on the...
Jimmy, a little bit low try there. Referee warns him. Tell you what, he comes back pretty well, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Yeah.
And that way, gee whiz, they start the way this fight's looking. We're going to have 8 rounds in a telephone box the way it's going.
Yeah,
at the
that's where
moment.
they want to fight.
Oh, he's hitting a couple of good shots.
But there's Jimmy Tsitas on the ropes again as Deraco trying to way to make his way to that rib cage. Pete Ellis
That's it,
earlier
Jimmy.
on
Move out of there.
was yelling at Tsitas to work on the ribs and the stomach, but they didn't take that advice.
He's coming back onto the ropes again.
Well, stuck away at the rib cage there, Deraco, and Jimmy comes back
Ooh,
again.
big left hand from Jimmy, and the right hand, the left hand again.
This is a tough fight.
Too tough. You don't, these kind of fights, you should get out there and think a little bit more. Let your thinking take over.
They're not using the ring at all, these boys. They're giving themselves a chance to step back and weigh the situation up. Now, Deraco, bouncing around there.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy coming back, pushing. Got to watch those elbows to keep them down. And
See that? Every time he comes back with those hooks, he starts to nail them on hooks. Jimmy's run out of the gas right now, I think. He's
done a lot of work. He's done a lot of work though.
Certainly
He's really done a lot
a
of
hell of a
work.
lot of work. And that was a highlight and handsome right hand that would have driven Deraco into the canvas.
Oh, he's been hit with a couple of big shots then.
Yeah.
It's whether he can hang on.
He can hang on, but otherwise he hasn't.
He's winning the round easy. But Dominic's just got such a big heart.
Yeah.
He just keeps going.
Does he ever? Jimmy's having a bit of a rest on those ropes at the moment.
He's still making his punches count, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Now the experience from the Ellis camp there through the training down there, I'd say. Jimmy is an experienced campaigner now. He's had about, a dozen or more fights.
Yeah, he's had nine fights so far.
Yeah.
And came out of the amateur
Oh,
ranks.
see, the other
I
guy's coming back now.
Big right hand from Jimmy.
I don't think there's a lot in the tank.
Oh, boy, he's trying to win this quickly because maybe he thinks, I'm running out of petrol tickets.
Well, I don't know if anybody's going to be set down by their punches because
they've
so
both
far...
got a good chin.
Yeah, they got hell of a good chin.
Well, Jimmy got hit with the kitchen sink while Heath Stanton on his chin, never hit the canvas, so he can take a punch.
Oh, yeah.
God almighty, he's coming back again. He's coming back again.
What a
He's running
heart,
around
what a
now.
heart.
He's got an enormous heart, Jimmy. An enormous heart, no question that.
We're going to see what he got his fitness, because the fitness...
Oh, and Tom Theodoro runs
Great
in.
round.
Oh, Jimmy's already giving Domenic Deraco a big hug, but a bit early for that. And Jimmy goes back to his corner. I reckon that that round was a bit more Deraco's way myself.
Well, I still stayed with Jimmy on that.
Yeah, Jimmy's landing the better punches and working away. He's doing
He's still
all
in
the work.
front, Jimmy.
Basically, Deraco's got his head on Jimmy's shoulders, and but he's not throwing a lot of effective punches. He's throwing a couple of straight punches, but you know, a couple of hurtful punches, but not like what Jimmy's throwing.
No,
Jimmy's throwing great to the body, great to the head.
Yeah.
A lot of variety there as well.
Heavy punches too into the body. Would start to that rib cage of Deraco and the body. Deraco seems to be rushing his shots a bit and also not thinking about what he's doing beforehand.
Not picking his shots.
Which is a concern.
Inexperience, really.
Yeah, definitely. Very raw.
Well, I mean, this is only the 3rd round. Holy macaronis.
Oh.
Here we go, round 4.
Another speck of blood on the play on my program again here. So the boys, someone's got a bit of blood there somewhere. Any coming from anywhere, but
I think Jimmy's going to box a bit this round
until he feels the rope on his back, and then he's back in the old thing again. Here we are.
As well, Jimmy tried to drive a left hand straight through, a straight left type shot. Oh, the big right hand came over the top too.
If he does what he's doing now, jabbing and missing, jabbing, let him miss.
Yeah.
Now he's going to get in the ropes and try his old thing again. It's not going to work.
Oh, Domenic there tried to sort of right cross there, I think, and just missed Jimmy, and now he's got him in the corner. Now he's peppering with punches, but the uppercut was a decent punch.
It's really working for him, ducking under and coming up with the hook, Jimmy, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, is it ever?
Domenic should get out of there because he's doing better work when he gets in the ring.
He is much better. I've got a feeling Dominic's corner told him that Tsitas is tiring a bit, and I think that's why he's decided to get back into the telephone box.
I think that's the way he fights, and he wins his fights. It's just pressure. Bring it on.
Constant pressure. Well, it's an immovable object and an immovable force here.
Going well now.
And 2 juggernauts fighting this one out at the cruiserweight level.
That's a good word, juggernauts. Wish I would have.
It's too long for me.
But now they moved off the ropes.
They're letting them go.
Yes, they are.
And Deraco now pursuing Tsitas to the Tsitas corner. As
not landing with the big shots anymore.
The boys are having a little bit, getting a bit tired now, and you can't blame them for that.
Taking a bit of a rest.
And that both looking at each other, and they're so close in. Gee whiz, Jimmy flips up with that cross right on, that big slapping punch to the rib cage. Deraco attempts to move in, but Jimmy still has the heavy punches. That's the big problem for Deraco.
When you say
definitely. One thing with Deraco, I see his feet are very like level. Basically, he's not going to be getting any power out of his shots that way.
No, not at all. Oh, big right hand from Deraco. That was a nice punch.
His work ethic is unbelievable.
Phenomenal. And his corner is well to Deraco. The discipline, enormous discipline.
Definitely. Very strong in the mind.
He'd have to be.
Jimmy's still working well with that hook.
Still working well. Hasn't changed his game plan, has he?
Hooks work well all night.
Has been working very well for him. And they're not slapping punches either. They are hooks. They're hitting with the glove part of the glove.
Yep, and that's well to there in the Ellis camp. And no doubt that Tsitas done a lot of sparring down there in his career.
Tell you what, this can't go the distance. I can't see it going the distance.
Oh, Deraco copping, he's going to have sore ears by the end of the night. There's no doubt about that. And Jimmy...
You're going to want a beer anyway.
Hey.
Oh, great. Another great round.
Jimmy doesn't have to move anywhere. He's already in his corner. He takes a seat.
That was quite an even round as well.
Yeah, I'm slipping to... I'm going to go over to Domenic on that.
I think I will go with you there, Gus. His work ethic is just unbelievable, second to none. Jimmy's still landing with some great hooks, but he's not landing as many as he was early on.
Yeah, well, this is going to be another one that's going to go on the wire.
Yeah, well, we got 5, 6, 7, and 8. I can't see it. I still can't see it going 8.
It's a hard fight.
Gee whiz, normally, well, that's a good. That's another good issue. That because Tsitas, I don't think, 8 rounds in his 9 fights. I can't think maybe once if he's gone that length of the way, Gus.
I think he has gone 1 8-rounder.
1 8-rounder, I think, because
tell you what,
most of his fights have finished quickly in the first couple of rounds, either one way or the other.
These types of fights is what the crowds love.
Well, they love it,
it doesn't matter about having big-time boys in there. Yeah. There's a couple even match boys in there. That's what the fight fans need.
They do like it, and they love to see 2 blokes get it on like these two do.
They're getting it on, all right. I'd like to see
I'm just glad I'm not in there.
I'd like to see a money shower for this one, really. I'd like to see a money shower for this one.
Yep. That'd be great to see, and the Victorian boxing fans do reward their fighters in that fashion at times, Gus, when they've seen something out of the box. Jimmy bouncing around now.
Stick and move a bit now.
We might ask you, Peter, Stephen, to start it off. And see if everybody follows the mood there. That's it. He's moving around now. He's staying. Don't want to get on the ropes now just yet.
Dominic now pursuing Jimmy. Jimmy prefers that style, doesn't he? He's fighting most of his fight off the back foot, isn't he?
Yeah. There we go again.
Yeah, it's on there again.
Tell you what, see, Dominic's getting his punches have become more pinpoint now.
Yeah.
Yes. Could be the fresher of the two, but you still wouldn't expect it. I mean, Jimmy is pretty fit and strong.
Yeah, he's trained well. They're both fit.
Very hard.
Yeah.
And she come in at about 81.25, so he drops him.
What he should be doing is dancing again.
Yeah.
He's been heavier that before when he's fought at cruiserweight level. And Jimmy now leaning in. Going to throw away some body shots and then working away around the rib cage again to the short ribs of Domenic Deraco, who just won't move back or to the side. He just keeps coming at him.
Yes, he's an irresistible force
they're
there.
both landing punches.
And that he's just anchored himself, as the boys have been doing in this fight. It's a telephone box fight. And we'll keep going this way until perhaps the last time we saw a fight like this was James Grimmer down here against Fiji and New Zealand, heavyweight, and they went like this for 12 rounds. Yeah.
Every once in a while, Jimmy explodes out of those,
he does,
those close encounters.
Definitely, he gets that roll, he rolls and comes back with a left foot to the body, left hook to the head.
Although I think the steam is going out of both of them.
Definitely, yeah. But Dominic's just keeping his head on his chest, just keeping the pressure on, which makes it hard.
Yeah, Dominic's starting to score more regularly here now too.
Yeah, he's winning this round, I think.
Jimmy's head's bouncing back a bit more now, you can tell, and he's starting to cop. Has he got a cut nose? I don't know. I don't think so. No, he's all right.
I think he's got a bloody mouth.
The mouth, is it? Yeah. And Jimmy is starting to...
That body shot, that hurt.
See,
got to hurt. That's where he's hoping to...
one or the other on top.
Yeah, good shot.
And Deraco with the body shots, but Dominic just, gee whiz, he can take some punishment. Jimmy's coming back hard now from the neutral corner. Yeah. He's bleeding from the mouth, but he's a warrior. And flying away at Deraco with that fuselage of punches there, the right and left, so the body shots have been great. They've been hard and heavy.
So what are you doing around like this? Holy macaronis.
I think he's just come back from the round.
Gee whiz, he was in a fog there for a moment, Jimmy, and the head was being bounced back.
Dominic comes back. What a round.
What a fantastic effort. Oh, look, pretty even to me.
Well, I'm not going to split him that round.
I can hardly split.
I don't think I can split him that round, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, great round.
Fantastic rounds boxing, and Jimmy is actually fighting a lot better than he fought Heath Stanton earlier on this year at Corio, where he took a power of punishment from Heath Stanton. In fact, I think I commentated at the time that Jimmy's head was going out so much he just about had a claim at TOC for whiplash. Gus, I said at the time
I do like his style. He's bobbing and weaving, and he's coming up with great punches, and I really like that, what he's doing.
He's still getting hit a lot, unfortunately. Both are taking too many punches.
He's very open up front. And
this is kind of a fight is a career shortener.
I agree with that.
Now, Jimmy, unfortunately, he's got that problem with the elbows coming up as opposed to the gloves and keeping the arms straight. Gus, hasn't he? He's not really your orthodox cruiserweight, is he?
Second serve, round 6.
And the referee having a word to the Ellis camp, clean up the floor there, water everywhere, and
blood everywhere.
Blood.
Jimmy just rubs it into the canvas. That's no worries.
Okay, round 5, round 6.
Round 6, here we go, and fight pretty even here on the cards, or close to it. I've got them even. I've got them dead square, actually. So
I got 49-47 favoring Jimmy at this point.
It'll be going by the way the judges have gone tonight.
That's
it'll
right.
Be within the 3 or 4 point range either side. So. Jimmy flying away with the right hand again. They're back in the telephone box on the ropes, and I think this is going to be the pattern of the fight again.
Although Jimmy got out of there that time.
Got out of there well. Those are right over the top, Dominic, and he now pursues Jimmy again. Jimmy just fighting the whole fight off the back foot.
I'll tell you one thing, though. I'd hate to meet Dominic in a dark alley.
Wow. How could you discourage him now? I mean, also, look at this. He's a florist for crying out loud. He has a florist in Acton Street, St. Kilda.
Yeah.
Sells flowers to people. Now that there again is uncalled for.
A career change.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Flower shop owner, and I mean, somebody's not going to like his roses one day. What are you going to do?
Not going to argue with him, Gus.
No.
I'll give him the flowers back in the morning.
That's right. Now that was quite Jimmy reached with that, didn't quite make it, and Domenic out the left jab and scored a good punch there.
Yeah.
Oh, good right hand.
Nice one hand from Deraco, stunned Jimmy.
When he's Deraco's sort of inexperienced, he could be coming down to the body as well.
Now look at Jimmy turn the tables here, puts Deraco on the ropes and flies away at the body. Oh, he's got a lot of, he's got a big following here tonight, Jimmy. He's got a cheer squad out to the right of me, and just chapping away there at Domenic.
Arm punches, just arm punches now.
Yeah, there's not a lot behind it.
Nothing behind those, just
Still
measuring
scoring,
punches.
He's still scoring in close, though, Domenic. He just works away, just keeps chipping away.
Now that's wrong. The fighter works another guy into a corner.
And then split him up.
And then the referee comes out and moves him out of that corner. He shouldn't do that. The fighter that works his opponent into the corner deserves the advantage.
That's right. Because it is, that's right.
I will have a word with that referee.
Yep, he was...
he's landing well now.
Yeah.
Pick off the move there, Con Theodoro, but Domenic Theodoro throws a big right hand to Domenic Deraco.
Great body shots too by Jimmy.
Jimmy now throwing leather galore here.
You just think he's got a little bit too much for Domenic at the moment.
Yeah, it seems that way.
It's whether his steam holds out.
Yeah.
It sort of comes down to he's fighting in bursts now, Jimmy, which is working for him to a certain degree.
Of course, every once in a while I think, well, there goes Jimmy. That's the end of that one. And he comes back. He makes it hard to score again.
Yeah.
He's coming back in this
again with big left hands there from Jimmy Tsitas. Must be starting to have some effect or some toll on Deraco at this point, but Domenic is as tough as teak.
Oh.
And just keeps coming back. And again, there the boys. There was probably more Jimmy.
Yeah.
Certainly give that round to Jimmy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Now they got 2 to go, 7 and 8. Who would have believed it?
Yeah. Oh. Enormous fight.
At this particular pace, unbelievable pace, this fight. A telephone box fight. No doubt about that.
You got a couple of fives on you?
Second fight on that program, would you believe? Domenic Deraco, Tsitas. Second out, round 7.
Round 7 coming up, as we heard Howard Lee there in bellow over the microphone, and Tsitas coming with the left hand. Domenic Deraco now pursuing. Dominic's probably going to have to up his ante now at this stage of the fight. 2 rounds to go, and a title is on the line. And he knows it. Jimmy knows it too. Jimmy desperately wants a title. He hasn't won one yet, and I know that Keith Ellis said he wouldn't stop until he won one. So.
Well, in that case, I hope he wins and stops, because I don't like to see him get hurt too much, these guys. And they're not moving their heads now. They're
getting hit with a lot of punches.
Yeah, they're starting to block punches with their face, and that's not the way.
Not the way to do it at all. And Domenic...
I always said the secret was to get punched pretty.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the theory, and then Domenic whipping a right hand in the yellow of Tsitas now. Oh, boy. Is he starting to come back now? Jimmy, is he having a rest? Is he? Or throws a right hand that missed everything?
I think Jimmy does that. He just sits on the rope and he'll just catch, which is nothing wrong with that. It looks like you're losing the fight, but he's just having a rest.
Having a rest.
Comes back, comes out wailing.
Building up the energy supplies, and then hits Domenic with harder punches coming back.
Oh, those body ones.
Good body shot.
Repays him an interest.
He's right on top now. Jimmy is right on top at this stage.
Yeah. Repays with interest when that takes place. And now Tsitas away, sits on the ropes again, and flays away again.
Guys got cast iron
sensibly. Deraco poking out that right hand, but that won't do him any good. Deraco needs to increase the tempo of his punches.
Let's see, he comes back with 3 or 4 of his own.
Jimmy just comes back with punches 50% harder than what Deraco hits him with, and that's the big worry. Tsitas now on the ropes.
It's the fight of the year, this one.
It is just a phenomenal effort, this.
And see, he starts getting hit, he does the right thing, he ducks under him.
I think Jimmy's got a blood nose now, I'm not sure, but
big shot too. But Deraco landed with a big shot, then Jimmy comes straight
back with 3 punches.
Handle anything, I think he could hit Jim on the head with an anvil and it wouldn't make any difference to him. I reckon he's that hard.
Maybe that's the way he trains.
That's it. One thing a guy said to me a long time ago, Hector Lopez from America, he said, Jules, you're born with a good chin. And that's it. These boys are all born with it.
They've got good skulls, I'd say, that's for sure. Oh, Deraco, beautiful midsection shot to the sternum, the solar plexus probably.
Yeah. Solar plexus on the bottom of the sternum. So
bottom of the sternum, yeah, right there.
They're still punching.
That's right.
And that dueling to remember Barry Michael reminded me of that on many occasions where the solar plexus is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dominic landed again, and then Jimmy comes back.
Away. Dominic's got a right eye starting to billow up a little bit the side. Falling into a swollen situation there. They no doubt fix up the end. Oh, Jimmy's starting to feel the punishment at the moment. Dominic as well. Jimmy is around. Magnificent here in the crowd. Oh, they're getting up on the feet here. And no doubt about it, the crowd has responded to this enormous performance by these two warriors here tonight at Fort Knox. And what a display of total pugilistic power from Domenic Deraco and Jimmy Tsitas. Unbelievable stuff here at Fort Knox.
That last right hand was a big one too for Dominic.
You know, it's a big heart, Any one of those guys could have taken a knee any time.
I still overall over the fight, I still have Jimmy ahead.
I have him ahead, yes. I have him ahead by 3 points in actual fact.
Jimmy he's getting plenty of air there into the lungs. He's got the legs out. And
Any wonder.
providing the instructions.
I don't think if you're listening too much.
Last round.
Self-saving.
8th round. Good call.
Peter Maniatis at ringside.
Oh, Jimmy come out, banged away.
What happened?
Didn't even touch gloves.
Touch gloves and the boys are into it.
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Let's go. Come on.
Deraco now, starting to move in. He got on top of Jimmy in the last round just for a moment there. You thought Jimmy was in trouble, but look at him coming back here. Jimmy's fighting on memory here at the moment. Those punches just he's like a robot. Just keep going.
Just throwing them, yeah. He's got his eye on his target. It's one thing.
He wants that title, this man. He wants a title. But so does the other boy, Deraco. He's just as resilient and he's just as motivated.
I don't think they've got the power to sort of one punch power.
They can't stop each other.
You know, they've landed with their big shots.
And that Jimmy is looking a bit tighter. I've said that before, but he's starting to gasp a bit more for air and look a bit glassy-eyed.
Look at that 3 left hooks in a row. A right hand that shook the water off Dominic's head.
Yeah. Bouncing off, but Jimmy's just a machine. He just doesn't stop. Deraco trying to work in. Deraco knows he has to have a big round to see if he can get himself into the figures here towards the end.
Yeah.
But Jimmy at the moment, who knows? He could be just slightly ahead of it, but oh boy.
Pitter-patter punches coming from...
Jimmy's bleeding from the mouth now. And,
he's got to get out of there or hang on,
That's
Jimmy.
it.
And that Jimmy now, Jimmy's so tired now, I don't think he's throw another punch. He's in trouble. But Deraco hasn't got any power to hit the Tsitas with. Tsitas fighting on memory at this point of the fight. Deraco coming back hard. What a fight. This is unbelievable stuff. Two fellas banging the canvas now.
Jimmy's punch is not pity-pat. The other guy are pity-pat.
Jimmy's going to try and finish hard. Finish hard. Fight his way to the bell hard if he can.
What heart?
He's an enormous heart. Bigger than the Flemington Grandstand. The MCG.
Yeah, definitely.
And Theodoro seems to get the punches up there, but Dominic doesn't need us and not too worried about it. And come Theodoro.
Come on, no, you don't do that, mate. I'm going to have a word with you.
And he brings it back into the centre there. And now Domenic Deraco pursues Tsitas. Tsitas doing the sensible thing, staying away at this point.
Oh, he got hit with a good right hand.
And Jimmy's on the bike now, Jim's the fraction. He's starting to feel the pressure.
He's still landing with the better shots, though.
He's still there, yes, he is.
No doubt about that. He's got the punches are heavier, they're still heavier. Keith Ellis yelling at Jimmy Tsitas to say to hang on, you've got 20 seconds left. He's only got to stay on his feet to virtually win the fight. A lot of emotion in this fight because this could be a title for Jimmy Tsitas, a Victorian title on the line here for him. As the man finally...
Look at him come back. Look at him come back.
He wanted a big shot too.
Deraco tried an uppercut that would have taken the head off. There's the bell and the boys are on their feet. Money going into the ring here.
Yeah. Here we go.
There you go. Oh, and Jimmy's doing push-ups. He can do more. He can do more.
Running into the ring. And here come the coins over the top. Gas, we stay. The money's here.
All right, pal. Good idea. Good, yeah, good, very good. Did you see the guy from Queensland is here? Yeah.
Good on you, Jimmy. Well done,
over
sir.
there.
Oh, what a fantastic effort. A superb bout. And
I can't see him now.
you just about have to say.
Oh, there he is, right there. Put your hand up. See him? Put your hand up. Put your hand up, yeah. There he is. See him? This guy.
No doubt Keith Ellis has got Jimmy Tsitas' hand up already. And
well, unofficially, I got it 79-75 for Jimmy, unofficially.
Yeah.
79-75.
He's definitely won the fight.
In the judging for the fight of the year, that one's got to be virtually
I'll
right
tell you
there,
what,
I'd say.
that certainly has to be there for it. And,
would do.
you know, Ellis,
Keith.
Ellis has had so many champions.
Yeah.
He only needs one or two to get over Ern McQuillan.
And McQuillan's record on the national basis, Gus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's about 3 behind. He's been 3 behind now for a while but then the Karim Nasser put him.
Me there, but I don't know. Unofficial, Keith.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, as I say,
that was a fight of the year.
that certainly was.
Definitely.
You gotta have heart, and you gotta have fitness.
Yeah. And it doesn't need. You don't need class. You know, as I was saying before, you don't need the big guns here fighting all the time.
No.
You need a couple of guys that want to put their heart
That's
in
right.
and
Yeah.
everything in it, and that's what makes boxing.
Spot on, Julian.
You know, another thing.
A true champion.
As a main event fighter, you hate to have this kind of fight as a semi-main because, oh my God.
Takes the sting off you a little bit.
And then you got to come into the spot you wouldn't give to a leopard, you know?
That's right. Yeah, that's
Superb effort, and I think that Jim's got home. Here comes Howard Lee.
Eastern suburbs here on a scorching summer's night almost a decade ago. WBF cruiserweight champion of the world, Dave Russell, another champion to come into centre ring. Dave Russell, come on, give him a great warm-up and back to Fort Knox. Dave, come across. Dave, it was too hard. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, show your appreciation for Jim Tsitas and Domenic Deraco. Fought beyond the call of duty. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Jim Boland gives it 74-78. Judge David Wignall gives it 75-77. Replicated by Anika Williams, 75-77 for the new Victorian Cruiserweight Champion, the bad boy, Jim Tsitas.
well deserved. They fought their hearts out, the boys.
And the Tsitas fan club at ringside going absolutely crazy here at this point of the night. Unbelievable.
But, you know, as you're saying, a guy that gives so much to the sport, it's great to see him get something out of it.
That's right. He's got his championship. He won it hard. He did it hard.
Yep. That's right.
He won it. It's one of the things about this sport.
Cruiserweight champion.
It's one thing about this sport, you know. Their heart is on show to everybody that goes to see him. And everything's on show for all these people, and he comes out and does it. It's great.
Losing any friends here, that was too tough.
And I'm glad I was here tonight. And thank you, everybody out there. Thank you.
A very gracious Domenic Deraco. Jimmy Tsitas, 35 years of age. He said to me last night, "This is my golden opportunity to win my first championship." Keith Ellis said, "My man will win." Congratulations, Jim.
Howard, thanks a lot. Everyone from coming, thanks a lot. I just want to thank a few people firstly. I am one of the happiest men in the world at the moment today. I've waited 3 shots for this, and Keith said he won't give up until I get one. Look, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Mate, he's a top trainer, top guy. I love him to death. As a person, I love him to death. Thanks very much, Keith. All my friends and family who are here tonight, thanks a lot. Everyone from Jim's Gym down at Gravdale, 3 bus loads. Thanks very much, guys. My sponsors, Geelong Caravans, the Banditos Bike Club, thank you all, guys, for coming a long way to come and see me catch this title. And I'm just so wrapped today, and thank everyone for coming. Thank you.
Okay, the bad boy. Keith Ellis, come across, Keith. The bad boy deserved an ounce of luck.
Well, he did. That's a 3rd or 4th shot, and I'm hoping that's enough for Jimmy. If you look up hard in the dictionary, there's a photo of this bloke. Dominic's the same, and Jimmy's going to go on and be a trainer now, and he'll pass it all on.
Okay, Keith Ellis and Jimmy Tsitas, the new cruiserweight champion. Rob Cameron.
Just want to thank Domenic. I didn't get a chance. Sorry, Domenic. I knew it was going to be a hard fight, mate. Thanks very much for coming, and I'll talk to you all later.
Okay, how about 3 cheers for Jimmy Tsitas? Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Okay, Murray Thomson said this would be a great show, and it is. 2 fights down only. We'll be back.